So some of you guys have asked me what are some of the more unique pieces of silver that I own, and I pulled a few of the items to show you, and the first item I'm going to show you is my favorite. My favorite silver items, I guess, would be, of all times, would be this and that. And I'm not sure which would take first place and which would take second place because I like them both a lot. This is a silver knife, pocket knife, and this was made sometime prior to 1870. And you can see it says coin there on the blade. That indicates that this was made from coin silver. So the silversmith melted down American coins or maybe foreign coins prior to 1870 to make this. There was a silver shortage prior to 1870, and silversmiths had a very difficult time finding sources of silver to make these type of things. And so, again, they relied heavily on their pocket change. And this is just a beautiful piece. It is a working pocket knife. The edge is sharp there. And it is monogrammed with what appears to be an A. And I'm not sure what that last letter is, if that's a C, a D, or an E. And it does have some nicks on it, but the design is, this is a beautiful design. There was another little smaller blade there that would pull out, but when I bought this, that had been broken off, unfortunately. And this entire thing is made out of silver. It's a beautiful, beautiful piece here. So I absolutely love it. It is my favorite piece, Victorian pocket knife. And I will probably, this is probably one of those things I'll hold on to for a very, very, very long time. I feel privileged to own this. The next piece, this is also another one of my favorites. I bought this thinking I was going to melt this down. And boy, when I received it, I thought, nope, definitely not going to do that. And I bought this online, and it is made also out of coin silver, 80% silver. And there's a little marking. Let me see if I can get my phone to focus. You can probably see it there. It says 800. And right there, dead center in the screen. It's very small. You would never see, if I had it zoomed up, you'd never see that marking. And that indicates that this was too also made probably prior to 1870 due to the silver shortage, and it's made out of coin silver. And some other clues that indicate that this was made in that time frame include some of the things that the people on this silver platter are wearing. Look at their clothing. And just the overall design. Look at the various designs, the floral type patterns, and that was a very popular Victorian / kind of Gothic type of design. How these edges are. This is a beautiful piece here. I wish I could find out more about who made this, because this is simply breathtaking. You could look at this thing for hours. Every single time I show someone this, like every time I've shown my friends and my family members all my various pieces of silver, this is always the piece that they pull out of the pile 2 or 3 times to look at again and again and again. It's a beautiful piece of silver. I will never melt this. Some of the other interesting things that I have that I really bought for scrap value, but they are kind of cool. And I have a bunch of scrap in here that I'm going to be sending off to a refiner soon to melt. I might do it prior to spot rising, just so I can do a little bit of extra cash to invest in a couple more coins. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it, if I'm going to wait, hold on to it, or if I'm going to just melt it and get a check back. But some of these spoons, you can find these at thrift stores, online. These are all made out of coin silver or out of 90% silver or just 925. And they're various spoons, like this one's a coffee spoon, and it's monogrammed. And this is an older spoon. This is definitely from the 19th century sometime. and it is sterling. There is a marking on here somewhere. It is sterling. That's a very older spoon. Like I said, that's kind of for a tea or for coffee. And then we've got some of these commemorative spoons. Found this at a Salvation Army. And this is pretty cool. This was honoring the bicentennial. Very, very neat. And you know that this is legitimate because look at the tarnish there. And then you also have, see if I can get this to focus here. You have some symbols there with the words 90, which indicate that this is 90% silver. And I did the homework on it and I did a scratch test on it. And it is indeed 90% silver. And then I've got this Dresden spoon. And it also has a really cool design on it. And the markings on here, see it says 800. It has what appears to be, what is that, some sort of symbol. I can't see it with my eye. I have to get a magnifying glass. But that means that this is made out of coin silver. 80% silver. And this one's pretty neat too. Another commemorative. These don't have a whole lot of value in terms of their silver melt value. But if you can find them really cheap at thrift stores and garage sales and things like that, pick them up because, hey, it's cheap silver. The marking on that, you can see it says 800. That's coin silver. If it's not marked, it's not silver, unless it's a very old piece, like this one. This is actually just a tiny little mirror. And did a scratch test on it. It is silver. And I believe this was made in Denmark in the 19th century sometime. A beautiful piece. But this is a tiny mirror, like tiny. This is very, very tiny. So those are some of the cool pieces of silver that I own, and it just shows you that there is so many unique items out there that are made out of silver that you can find at very, very low premiums. So if you think, now some of this stuff can come at a high premium, like this and this, but these are nothing here that I've shown you, with maybe exception for the pocket knife. Nothing here you can't find at a thrift shop or a garage sale. In fact, you're likely to find all of these things at a thrift shop or a garage sale. And if you want really cool little items that are neat designs and have silver content, don't pay the premiums to APMEX. Go buy a bunch of volume and go to some thrift stores and garage sales and be on the lookout for this type of stuff. Alright guys, see you in another video.